Quilley.
Sarge.
Off you to the canteen and get yourself a cup of tea. There's a good lad.
I've just had one, Sarge.
It's nobody's fault but your own, lad. Nobody's.
Bert, anything from Eric Brice in the interview room?
Well, he hasn't exactly said so, sir, but I'd say he's ready to make a statement.
Oh, at least something's working out.
Why no Pete and Jeff Brice, sir?
No witnesses, that's why no Pete and Jeff Brice. There are other reasons. Any luck with that missing kid?
Oh, yes, hours ago, sir.
Nice for you.
I'm no mind reader, Quilley.
What a mess-up.
22 carat one, if you ask me.
Is that criticism, Tom, of me?
I've already said, sir, that Quilley could have been ordered out of that wedding when you saw him there. Then we wouldn't be embarrassed like we are.
Embarrassed? I'd already lifted one of the guests. I was supposed to kick out another one just because he happened to be one of my bobbies. If the bride hadn't gone for me, her mother would have. You've seen her mother, Tom.
Oh, yeah. She was born to be a mother-in-law.
If Quilley'd had any sense, he'd have left of his own accord. I made it perfectly clear, and I was surprised to see him there.
You want him in? He's a bit touchy about it.
And so am I touchy about having my hands tied by Quilley's stupidity. Don't like the Brices being in a position to laugh at us, Tom, and that's what they are doing.
You want him in?
Yes, I do.
Right.
Quick.
Oh, that's right, Quilley. Sir? No, there's no regulation which says thou shalt not go to a thief's wedding. But surely common sense.
I mean, common sense told me nothing, sir. I mean, as far as I was concerned, Sid Dean was a friend, still is.
But you knew he had form, and that his pals had form, and that his pals had been throwing the weight around, causing trouble, scaring half a neighborhood.
No, I didn't know that, sir. Just that Sid had form.
Well, then he couldn't be our friend, could he? He could be a snout or a witness. Or a bloke who tells you your fly's unfastened, but not a friend. Never.
It's a pretty hard view, sir.
It's discrimination, I know it is. You know what happened to that traffic officer's typist when she took up with Bernard James Cartwright?
She was fired, sir.
Yes. Cartwright hasn't been in trouble for years. But we couldn't risk employing his girlfriend. For her sake as much as anything.
I was invited to a wedding, sir.
Young Dean was assaulted at that wedding. His own wedding. We've a pretty good idea who did it. Pete and Jeff Brice, but they're being very uncooperative. So we go to court with a not guilty plea, and before you can shine your shoes, they're pointing the finger at you.
Me?
You were in that washroom with he.
Yes, sir, but the Brices went in after me, sir.
And found him lying there. Their words.
What about Sid Dean's words, sir?
You've known Dean how long?
We went to the same school.
And the Brices?
I knew Jeff sort of vaguely, but never to talk to.
And Francis Webb?
I never knew him, sir.
Now, look, Quilley, there's been a few beatings up around the Clyde Street and St. George Street area lately.
Yes, Sergeant?
Got a couple more names here. Eddie Bird, John Carroll.
Eddie Bird went to the same school, too.
Was Clyde Street your stamping ground when you were a kid?
No, Sergeant.
Well, these two and Francis Webb are members of the Brice fraternity. Now, they've all taken beatings lately for no particular reason, and they're naming no names, but they've all got one thing in common.
Yes, sir?
They all opted out of the Brice Friendly Club just before they were duffed up.
Yeah, but Sid Dean
Got married. It's another way of opting out. Having a copper for a mate, that's another way.
Sid's different.
How different?
Well, he'll confirm that Pete and Jeff Brice were in the toilet, and it was them that attacked him.
Will he?
Well, I think so, sir, yes.
All right, Quilley. We'll put this friendship of yours with Dean to the test. You got a statement from Dean. Then we might be able to lift the Brices.
Right, sir.
Quilley?
Sir?
Sergeant Stone will go with you.
It's all right, I won't cramp your style. You gonna hang on to Eric Brice?
I am. And I'm going to keep him.
Oh, thank you for coming back, Horrocks. I was thinking of mounting a search for you.
What kind of a welcome's that, Sarge, after the brilliant way I carried out my mission?
Well, just now you can carry out your report.
Well, look, can I have my refreshments first? I haven't had a minute's break in 6 hours. The tall puddle martyrs did better than that, didn't they?
So where was the missing kid, then?
down with a neighbour. She got 6 kids and a 40-watt bulb in their bedroom, right? They put themselves to bed. Mum does a quick head count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She got 7 kids in bed instead of 6. You with me?
Go and get yourself refreshments, will you, and then come back and do your report. Working late for a Saturday afternoon, aren't you, sir?
Yes, I am. But, well, he's been stupid, hasn't he?
Stubborn, I'd say.
I wish I'd had a sergeant as loyal as you to look after my interests when I was a bobby bird.
You think you might have made chief constable if you had, sir?
Well, he's itching to talk, is he?
I'm not too sure now, sir. He's gone sulky, muttering about missing his chances at the wedding.
All right, leave me alone with him. You got anything to tell me now, Eric?
No.
Constable says you're restless.
You don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, come on now, Eric. Let's keep things friendly.
Get lost. Look, I'm fed up with being cooped up in here.
I suppose we have rather neglected you.
I'll say you have.
Well, it's up to you. Just how long you stop here.
When he came in here,
Aye. What for?
Mr. Goss often comes in here, plays a game or two.
And he coming today?
Aye, just after dinner time.
So it was you told him where he could find Eric?
He asked me.
And you told him?
I've got nothing to hide, not from anyone.
I've a mind to do you, you know.
I wouldn't, Pete.
We thought you was our mate.
I am.
You don't act like it, do you?
How many places are there where you lot can go for a quiet hour?
You what?
Most of the pub landlords round here start to dial 999 as soon as you walk through the door. And you have to travel to get into a decent club. If you are me, you're black deer as well. I may be small, but I've never run away from anyone.
No. You're fantastic, you, aren't you?
No, but I think
Oh, aye.
it pays to think now and again. That's your trouble. You think being still is being bored. It's not. Gives you a chance to think, to get to know your own brain.
Shut up. It's you that's been still, you know. I mean, shut up in this place, you know. Where's it ever got you? Come on, Jeff.
Where we going?
Find out what's happening with Eric.
An admission always looks better in court. I think at least he's got the guts to tell the truth. Face the music.
But I haven't done nothing.
Francis Webb says he was with you and your brothers.
But he didn't say we did him, right? So he must have fell down after we left him.
John, Carol and Eddie Bird, they fell down too, did they?
They must have done.
And Sid Dean.
Sid?
He was beaten up this afternoon, just after you left.
At his own wedding? You don't want to do me for that too, do you? So when do I go home?
When I've heard from the Royal Free Hospital about Francis Victor Webb's head injuries.
You're wasting your time, Alec. I'm saying nothing.
Look, mate, I didn't expect you to say anything definite now. When you fit will do. When you come home, tomorrow.
Go away, Alec.
Look, Sid, I don't get it. These blokes have hurt you.
Look, you've caused me enough trouble already. Do you know where I should be now? On me flaming honeymoon. Oh, what a mess. What a rotten mess.
Sid,
I must have been crackers inviting you to the wedding.
what's me being at the wedding got to do with anything?
Oh, don't be dim. Why do you think I got thumped?
Because of me. All right, what did I do?
Look, you were there, weren't you? And your boss turning up to nick Eric didn't help either.
So it was a lot of rubbish then, eh? You saying you packed him with the Brices.
It's not rubbish.
Then why protect him?
Don't you understand, Alec? Look, they don't mind me keeping my nose clean. They'll not bend me arm to have a Friday night punch-up with him if I don't want. But they'll not wear me grassing. They'll not wear me giving evidence against them. And remember, I have to live with them. Got to use the same pubs. Got to catch the same bus in the morning. Sit in the same barbers.
Sid.
Go away, will you?
Sarge.
Any good me having a word with him?
I don't think so. Sarge, I was going to ask you now.
Ask.
If I should go to the wedding. But everybody was busy.
Curse of the times, isn't it? Everybody's busy. What about his wife?
Eileen.
Yeah. Could she influence him for us?
She might. I'll go and...
No. I'll have this one. You phoned the good news to the station.
About time, too. Here.
Hold on to this.
Who's supposed to be on the other end?
You know, I've been hanging out on that long, I've forgotten.
Hello? Hello?
Come on, Bowman, chop chop.
Yeah, we're still here. Oh, it's you, Alec. Will I do? Yeah, okay, hang on.
Is that Quilley?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sergeant Lynch here. Yes, Quilley. Yes? Yes, all right. I'll tell him. From the Royal Free, sir. Quilley says it's no go. Dean won't talk. What about Eric Brice, sir? Remember me? I'm your friendly sergeant.
My name's Stone. Newtown CID.
Another one. What do you want?
Talk to Eileen.
What about?
Well, I'll tell her.
She's upset.
Natural.
And I don't want her upset anymore.
She won't be.
She's up there, in best room.
Thanks.
You could do me a favour.
What's that?
Tell her if she'll go to Australia, I'll pay her fare. Sid can pay his own.
Nice stuff.
Yes,
Never seen so many presents at a wedding.
people have been good. All this. It's enough for a proper start.
My name's Stone. Sergeant Stone.
Oh, yes.
Just left the hospital. Sid's, comfortable, as they say.
I've seen him.
Yeah. Well, where were you going for your honeymoon?
West Coast. In other words, Blackpool.
Blackpool's all right. Out of season?
I'd have preferred abroad, any time. Something different.
Yeah. Eileen, it's a serious crime that's been committed, you know that?
I'm married victim of it 4 hours since.
Yeah, you'll want us to nail the fellas who committed it.
Pete and Jeff Brice.
That's right.
You can't do it too soon for me.
Yeah, well, the trouble is, they're saying they didn't touch Sid.
They said that they didn't touch blind collecting box last week, but they did, and pinched every penny in it.
Get a lot of trouble from them, dear.
Our share.
Well, the sooner they put away, the better.
Oh, they're not unique round here, you know.
No? I'll tell you something.
What?
The only real witness we've got is Sid himself.
Well, he'd hardly have to speak, would he? Just show caught his stitches.
Yeah, well, what say he doesn't speak? What say he lets him get away with it, putting him in hospital on his wedding day?
Perhaps Sid reckons that giving evidence against him in court would only cause more trouble. He's right, isn't he?
Not necessarily.
Oh, he is. Dead right.
We'll look after him.
For how long?
We were hoping that you might talk to him for us.
You know, I phoned the hotel we booked in at not 10 minutes since. Near North Pier it is. Very bracing there.
No, no.
I told them we wouldn't be coming. And you know what they did?
No?
Give me an alternative booking for next month.
Oh, that's good.
And we're going to be there next month, Sid and me. Not many girls round here get offered a honeymoon. Well, usually too far gone anyway. But I'm not. I'd more sense. We're going to Blackpool, Sid and me, so we want no more trouble.
So you won't talk to him for us?
That's another thing you don't understand about places round here. You being a southerner and a copper. Wives still do as they're told. And I'm a wife. Since this afternoon. Tell Alec Quilley not to come back again, will you?
You must know how Francis Webb's doing by now.
The hospital said they were keeping him in, Eric.
Well, they'd have told you whether he's, well, bad.
Head injuries, Eric.
I've been here nearly half a day now.
Webb's not a strong boy. You'd make two of him.
I've never touched him.
He's not a strong boy at all.
Could have been him who started it, you know.
That's better, eh?
He might have barged into me, then decided to throw one.
And you'd be forced to retaliate.
If it happened, yeah.
Would you like me to put this down on paper for you?
If you tell it like that.
I'll tell it any way you say.
I'm only saying it might have happened.
All I'm doing, Mr. Lynch, is asking if me brother's still here.
And I'm not saying.
Eric, how's tricks, look? Hey, don't worry, darling. They can't do nothing to you. There's no rush here now.
Sergeant.
Bowman. I'll let squeak out of either of those two and I'll be downstairs without their feet touching the ground.
All right, Mr. Lynch, we're quite happy now we know where Eric is.
Oh, Mum was worried, you see.
Eric, don't forget. Gob's shut.
I could have done without that little lot there.
Yes, sir.
Get rid of him.
Sir?
Well, he's not going to talk to anybody now, is he?
Sarge, were that the Brices I've just seen?
Yes, it was, Quilley. I'm sorry. No,
That's another bother bit. I've had just about enough for one day. I just feel, why the hell did I bother?
Yeah, well, we'll have a concerted effort at the lot of them tomorrow.
You know, right now, I just couldn't care less. Good night.
Sir, Dean wouldn't cooperate, but...
You know what my advice to you is?
Sir?
Go home.
My husband had a saying, you know. This is a tough street, he used to say. Tougher you are, the further you live up it. And I live in top house. And things haven't changed all that much. There's still a lot who'd happily watch you get kicked senseless and not raise a finger. Especially weekends. They're a bit more civilised weekdays, they're sober.
Well, Sid's civilised, isn't he?
Is he? I pleaded with Eileen not to get mixed up with him. He's tainted. Always will be. I just wanted a plain, honest lad for her, a lad with a trade to his fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Not long ago, he was making up a fourth with them Brices. And have you seen them? Making him mother weep.
Not to mention us.
Oh, I know Sid says he's split with them, but they're still in his blood. One row with Eileen about who does washing up, and he'll be back with them. And that's where it'll be. Till years take some bounce out of him.
Well, you haven't given him much chance yet, have you?
Chance.
If he said go home, Quilley, then go home, lad.
But he won't get me the sack, will he, Mr. Goss?
He'll probably have you transferred to Gretna Green.
But he will remember.
Well, people do have long memories in this job. It's part of the equipment.
Thought I were getting on like a bomb, too, son.
Oh, you were?
Where? Any joy, Sarge?
No.
So where do I stand?
On your own 2 feet. Be thankful.
Where are you off to, Tom?
Canteen. Suddenly realised I haven't eaten all day. I've been living on excitement.
Yeah, well, hang on. I'll come with you.
You paying?
Bowman, look after the shop for a couple of minutes, will you?
I'm due off.
A couple of minutes, lad.
They can be flaming close when they want to be, can't they?
How many T's in what? Electricity what?
2.
Great.
I'm off.
Hey. Alec. One book off, eh?
Yeah.
Did I tell you how they found that kid?
At least 3 times.
Who served you?
Your barman, who do you think?
Right. Drink up and get out.
What?
You heard me.
We've done nothing wrong.
Been proved, you know.
After that drink, you're banned from here. Do you hear that?
Old cow. Won't be much left open to us soon.
Well, drink up. Lock the door. Jeff, see what the drop's like.
Drop onto a shed and straight down.
Good.
Easy. You're not thinking of knocking all this lot off, are you?
No.
Well, what then?
Come on, get a couple of chairs. We got a few minutes.
Therapeutic, I think you said it was, wasn't it?
Therapeutic, Mr. Goss. Are they?
You could call it that. So, there's another day tomorrow.
Who did it?
Who do you think?
Anyone see him?
No.
What you got in there, missus?
Hello there, darling.
Yeah, come on, Eddie. Eddie, come on.
You're always on at me.
Sid?
Never learn, do they?
You what?
Some fellas never learn about going too far.
What do you mean, Sid?
Your boss is in. I want to talk.